Remember when it was a foregone conclusion the high-flying Miami Dolphins and their young gun, Gucci-wearing coach were no doubters to become the next big thing in the AFC? Yeah, fun times. Too bad that didn't last long. It's NFL preview time. It's number 5 of 32, and we're here on the Datitude podcast as we continue with the AFC East. Last year at this time, the Dolphins were coming off a season in which they had the number one offense in the entire NFL. Better than Buffalo, better than Kansas City, better than Philly and Detroit and everyone else. Then Tua Tagavailoa, well, he suffered his 56th concussion or something along those lines, and everything changed. The Dolphins went 2-6 to start the season, and that top-ranked offense dropped all the way to 18th. They made a nice run to get themselves back into playoff contention, but it was too late. Does that mean they could be a big bargain this year? I think so. I'm not a fan of Mike McDaniel, but there's no question many teams had a tough time figuring out his offense, at least when Tua was in there. If they're going to regain their moxie and get back to challenging the Bills and others in the conference, then Devon Achane is going to have to stay healthy, as he did mostly last year, and possibly even improve on the nearly 1,500 yards of total offense that he put up in 2024. Now, Miami has possibly the scariest wideout combination with Tyreek Hill, who was just shy of 1,000 yards receiving last year, and Jaden Waddle, who was at 744 for 15 games. Can they do that again this year? Can they get close to that or maybe even surpass it? Tight end Jonnu Smith kind of came out of nowhere with 884 yards and 8 touchdowns. But really, when you think of missed opportunities and why this Dolphins team could be better this year, is that they finished 4th in defense and yards allowed in the entire NFL. They lost a few of those key contributors, including safety Javon Holland, but they still have a chance to be back in the top 10 with defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver. But one of the main reasons, in fact, the main reason why I like Miami to go over 7.5 wins and maybe as high as 9 to 10 wins is because of their schedule. If it starts off easy enough, September 7th at Indianapolis and New England, maybe they're 2-0. Maybe they're 3-1 after the Jets game, maybe 4-1 after the Carolina game. There's a big spot in the middle of that schedule where they don't have any ats in there. That's because they don't have to play in an opponent's home venue from October 26th at Atlanta. They don't do it again until December the 7th at the New York Jets. Now, they have to go across the pond and play in Madrid on November 16th against Washington, but it's a neutral site game. New Orleans. How many games can they win there? And then it's a soft enough landing at the Jets, at Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, at New England. Sure, it's tough, but it's nothing that the Dolphins can't find a way to win 9.5 or 10 games. That's why I love them. I love the Dolphins.